is the Director of Studies and an educational consultant at Pharos University in Alexandria. She's joining us today from Egypt. It's early morning for her, so thank you, Abeer, for joining us at this time. So Abeer is a teacher trainer. She's a CELTA tutor. She's a Delta Module 2 tutor. She's a Nile and Transform ELT consultant. I don't know how she has the time, but she's also published in lots of international journals, trained in Ireland, the USA, Kiev, South Africa, and she's presented in many international conferences around the world. So, wow, she's definitely someone that can teach us about professional development. So welcome, Abeer. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. I can see people from around the globe. So thank you very much for either waking up very early to be here or staying late just to attend my session. I'm currently in Arlington, Virginia. So it's actually very early in the morning. But I originally work and teach in Egypt. So thank you very much, everyone. And thank you, Melissa, for the opportunity and for presenting my profile.
Thank you. Well, when you're ready, you can start sharing your screen, Abeer, okay. And I'll be here to help you if you need.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So I guess I'm going to start, and it's about professional development. And today the presentation is going to be focusing on how professional development can be as easy as ABC. I mean, I have prepared a slide on where you're from, but you've already answered this question. So thank you very much again for being here. I'm going to start off by giving you a little bit on what we should be covering today in today's session. So we are going to be talking about covering 3 main points: reasons for working on your profile as a language teacher, steps needed to create such profile, and finally, list of professional development alternatives to choose from. So first, we are going to look at a quiz. This quiz will help me and you to see what things we agree and disagree on. So Melissa is going to share the link in the chat box, but I think I'm going to be doing the quiz with you. I'm very interested to know what you think of these questions. So you're going to see 7 questions, and what you need to do is to decide in the chat box if it's a yes or a no, which means do you agree or disagree? Okay, so let's start. So really quick, is the need for ongoing PD a reflection of inadequacy in previous training? Yes or no? You can just type Y or N if that's the case. Okay, I cannot see the chat box, but I'm assuming you're saying no. Okay, so the answer is no, and we'll come to that a bit later. Okay, so should teachers play a role in their own professional development? Why, yes. Okay, yes, they should. Okay. Is your teaching context a factor in deciding your PD plans? Someone said no. Okay, no, yes. A lot of yeses. Yes, it does. Okay, does your PD stop once you have fulfilled your professional qualifications? Okay, lots of no's. Good. We're on track here. Is training and development defined the same? No. Okay, good. Excellent. Oh, wow. Okay, and next, oops, sorry, I skipped one. Is it important to understand who you are and where you stand from PD before moving to the next step? Okay, wow, why am I here? Okay, great. And finally, are all PD plans effective and lead to productive results? Not particularly true. Okay, very good, excellent. Okay, so going back to my presentation, from the quiz, it seems to be there is a different reason why we need to be doing ongoing professional development. And yes, we as teachers, we have a very important role. We cannot deny our role in our choice of professional development. Our teaching context decides what we should, it defines our PD plans, because I teach in higher education, so I'm teaching adults. Other people teach young learners, so most probably it's going to be different. The training that the professional development I need is different from what you need. We have teachers who teach in low resource areas. We have teachers who teach children, for example, with autism. So we do have different teaching contexts, and I think this decides on your professional development plan. No, it never stops. PD never stops. It's always ongoing, and that's why I've chosen the word ongoing, because it's not about certificates. It's not about qualifications. It keeps going. So as we live, as we say. Training and development, different. One is short, one is long, one is more job specific, one is more career specific. One is you are being asked to do it because it's part of the job, and the other one you're more intrinsically motivated to do it. So they are kind of different. We're going to talk a lot about who we are and where we stand before we choose our professional development. And finally, a lot of the PD plans out there are effective and lead to productive results, if not all of them. But are they effective to you, and are they effective to your teaching context? Are they effective to what you are facing inside the classroom? So they are effective, but are they effective for you? And that's what we're going to be looking at in a while. Okay, so first, what does it mean to create your own profile? So in the chat box, if you could write very briefly, what do you think I mean by let's create our profile as language teachers? I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay. Okay, CV is definitely part of your profile, definitely to personalize your resume, yeah. Okay, character, definitely experience, totally agree. Skills, yes, sure, more skills. Okay, who you are as a teacher and a person, wow, Pamela, you got it, okay. Experience, who we are, development, okay. Very good. Yeah, I mean, your profile is just a concise and a brief of who you are. It just says who you are and what you've done and what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I mean, it just says everything about you. And that's why I think it's very important to talk about the reasons for creating such profile. So again, what do you think? What do you think are the reasons for creating a profile for a language teacher? Not just a resume. So let's be clear. It's not about having a resume. It's more of a profile. So you're displaying everything you have done so far. So, okay. Yeah, personal assessment is definitely one reason. Excellent, for easier reach outs. Okay, to identify yourself better so you know where you are, the direction where you need to develop. Okay, to have more definition of your own vision. Excellent, reflecting back. Very good. Again, who you are and where you want to be. Okay, to explore new avenues. Okay, for new avenues. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is exactly, I'm sorry, I should have put this slide first. Okay, so yeah, so looking at the chat box, it looks like you have the same more or less reasons like me. Understand better. Okay, so these are my reasons for why it's recommended to have your own profile or to create your own profile. First of all, to better understand your potential. Sometimes, I mean, believe it or not, sometimes you don't know your potentials until you sit and you write them down. So you are going to be like surprised how much you can do once you sit down and you write, once you sit down and you say, what have I done so far? How many people, how many children or students have I taught? How many places have I worked in? How many lessons have I planned? These are potentials in your profile. Highlighting your experience, it's recommended to highlight your experience and skills, and then some teachers might say, oh, okay, but I'm a novice teacher. What am I going to do? My profile is going to be completely empty. Well, it's not true, because you can always highlight experience and skills that are outside the ELT field. I mean, I believe that if you are an experienced babysitter, if you've been babysitting children in your family, this is something that you might be very proud of, because if I know this means you are good with, you're good with children, you can be trusted, you're reliable, you're patient. So a lot of different things other than standing in front of a board and teaching. Again, one of the reasons why we want to work on our profile is to be seen for the right reason. You can be very happy where you are, and you're not looking for another opportunity or working in another place. This is not the reason why we're doing our profile. It could be the reason because you want to move, but also, even if you like where you are, having a profile will show you how much you should appreciate about what you have done and where you have been. And when you are doing your profile, you will be able to see the other opportunities that maybe, or the other options or opportunities, again, that maybe you haven't seen or you haven't been aware of. And the same is being visible to others, and communicating and connecting with other people is very important, because we don't live in this world alone. We are with other people. So getting to know people and getting to know them for the right reason is a good reason why we should be working on our profile. And then again, helping in getting new opportunities. As I said, it doesn't mean that you quit your job. I'm not here to ask you to quit your jobs. I'm just saying you'll appreciate what's happening, either by appreciating where you are or appreciating that you feel you've accomplished things because people are contacting you. And connecting with others in and out of ELT. And this was one of the questions on the Padlet, is would you communicate with people inside the ELT field only, or people from outside? And some of you wrote, I would connect with everyone around the world. And I totally agree. It's not only about ELT, it's about connecting with people from everywhere. So knowing people from different disciplines and learning about their problems, learning about their challenges, learning about the other opportunities they have will teach us a lot and will increase our background, knowledge, and experience in life. And finally, as you mentioned in the chat box, when you sit down to work on your profile, you will develop as a teacher, because you will know where you are and where you're heading and what is missing from your profile. So this is the reason why we would like, I recommend working on your profile. And I think the next step would be, what are the steps for working on your profile? What do you need to do in order to be able to work on your profile? So in the chat box, please, what do you think would be the steps you need to create your own profile as a language teacher? Let me give you a couple of minutes to do so. Okay, so excellent. Understanding your position. Very good. Okay, I'm assuming listing your professional development. Okay, writing down your, okay, so this is what's included. When you're writing CV or listing professional development, this means what's to include. But yes, we are looking for what you need. So kind of knowing your goals is a good answer. Setting goals, knowing your goals. Okay, so we're still in goals. Writing a professional summary of yourself. Okay, knowing your potentials. Excellent. Okay. Again, professional development, objectives. Okay. So I mean, I had an idea of what might be some of the answers that might come through, and I think these are my 4 different start points. I'm going to narrow them down to 3 in a bit, but basically, my number 1 priority is to understand who I am as a person first. Who am I? Who am I? What are my traits? What is my high and low point? Who am I? This is very important, and understanding ourselves is not an easy job before understanding ourselves as teachers. So this can take some time to understand what are we capable of, and things that and being realistic about what we can do, and being honest and transparent about who we are as a person. And then who are we as a teacher? I mean, inside the classroom, what kind of teacher are you? Do you have good rapport? Do you have problems with rapport? Are you okay with noisy classes? You're not okay? How is your background knowledge? How is your relationship with your colleagues? How is your relationship with the students? So understanding who we are is a major element in creating our own profile, because this is where we will understand what we need to do, and what kind of professional development we need. The second is knowing where we are on our timeline. So just draw a timeline. If you're a language teacher and you use CCQs and timeline, you should be familiar with timelines, or just draw a line, simple line, and say, this is when I started, this is what I did 2 years ago, this is what I'm doing now. And then the rest of the timeline will be blank. And this will tell you where you are now and where you need to go next. So timelines are really good. Is one of the very important steps, and then explore where you want to go on the timeline. So the next part of the timeline, like where do you want to be in the next year or 2? I'm not gonna do like in the interviews, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because I think 5 years is too many years from now. I would just say in the next year or 2. Just be realistic. Put a couple of aims for yourself in the next year or 2. What do you want to add to your professional development profile? And then look for feasible ways to develop. So things that you can do and can afford. And the main objective of this webinar, is to actually make a statement. Developing yourself does not have to be taking a course or going for a certificate or paying tons of money. We are going to look at alternatives where feasible ways, things you can just do and afford and have the time and the potentials for. So I'm going to narrow the steps for creating your profile into 3 steps. First of all, know yourself, expand your network, and take actions. So my next question would be, if you want to know yourself as a person and know yourself as a teacher, what are some things you can do? So in the chat box, can you please put, how can you know yourself? Have you tried doing this before? Because I tried. It's kind of difficult, but I tried. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So let's see some suggestions of how we can understand ourselves more. Okay, good. So situations, excellent. Putting down your strengths and weakness, good. Yeah, be transparent. Thank you. Self-reflection, excellent. We're going to talk about this. Yeah, sit down and ask yourself some questions. A very good point, talking about students' opinions. I've not added this one. I think I'm going to put this one in my next slide. Okay, a lot of self-reflection, accepting feedback. Very good. Excellent. Self-evaluation. Yeah. writing your teaching philosophy is one way of understanding yourself. I remember doing this like 20 years ago when I was doing my master's, and my professor said, sit down and write your teaching philosophy. It's like, what is my teaching philosophy? So yes, teaching philosophy is one very good point. Okay, feedback from others. Okay, so let's see. These are the ideas I've thought of, but I am going to add, because I think we will have a copy of the chat. So I'm going to be adding these to my list. So one way is to take a personality test, and these are free online. There are some reliable books that have personality tests, so you can sit down and do a personality test and see who you are if you're not very familiar with yourself. But definitely ask others to observe you, listen to feedback, accept feedback, because it's another eye looking at what you're doing. Again, during my MA, I was asked to videotape my own lesson and look at myself as I'm teaching and understanding myself as a teacher. So sometimes when you have other people looking at your work, they can give you good feedback. And do a SWOT analysis. So it's strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat analysis. It's very simple. Just draw a table, write down what areas of strength you've got, what are things you're not very good at, your action points, what are some opportunities you're looking forward to, and what kind of challenges you might be facing to do this. On the Padlet, someone contributed by saying, do a win analysis. So what you want, what you need, what your interests are. So this is also another way of understanding your own self. Write self-reflections, or maybe keep a diary. I'm not very good at keeping a diary, but I like writing self-reflections after I finish my lessons, or if there is a situation, like a real situation, like was mentioned in the chat box. So yeah, writing self-reflection can help you a lot. Identify what you can do. And I think the key word here is can. What can you do? So there is quite a difference between what we want to do and what we can do. And depending on your time, depending on your level of effort, your financing situation, financial situation, there is a lot involved in here. And I think this is important to know who you are. And as mentioned a lot of self-reflection in the chat box, and peer observations, definitely agree. Yeah, I'm just checking quickly. Admitting when you do something wrong is definitely understanding yourself better. And we always, I'm sure you do this, but we always tell our teachers, if you're in the classroom and if you don't know, just say, I don't know, and I'm going to check it and come back later. This is understanding yourself, because you don't need to go and say for incorrect answers. And it's the same in real situations with your colleagues, with your family, in your daily life. If you do something wrong, just admit it, because this is the best way to develop. Okay, I'm going to add, when I present this next, student's opinion. I like this very much. Thank you very much. Okay, great. So we are done by knowing yourself. What about expanding your network? Now, before we go into how can we expand our network, let's say, what are the benefits of networking? So in the chat box, you will see a link to the Mentimeter. Please click on it and just type, why do you think it's important we expand our networks as people, as teachers, as language teachers? So I'm going to be opening it from my side. Whatever you type is going to come up here. So hopefully we will have some answers coming into the Mentimeter. If you cannot access Mentimeter because you're working from mobile and you cannot maneuver between screens, it's okay. You can put in the chat box, no worries. I will be looking at that as well. Okay, good. So some of you are writing. Okay, so knowing people, feedback, very good, sharing experiences. Okay, so we have the Mentimeter in the chat box. So it would be great if you could, I mean, this is good for me because this is how I collect more information about what you think. Okay, so we are having, okay. Excellent, think outside the box, very good. Oh, wow, we're having more answers coming through. Okay, I hope you can see the screen. So yes, excellent. Okay, I do have some of these ideas in my PowerPoint. Wow, I love it. Great, thank you. Okay, so we've got inspiration, very good, like it, self-development and self and shared interest, excellent, learning about new opportunities, meeting people. Okay, keep adding. Okay, very good. It's a friendly competition. I like that. Okay. Okay, learning from others, definitely. Okay, new perspectives. Okay, learning from others. Definitely meeting new people is one of the reasons why we, okay, thinking outside the box. Okay, excellent. New opportunities. I love it. I mean, we've got lots of ideas here. Very good. Building rapport, yeah, if you've got communication issues, and I mean, it's one of your areas of, if it's one of your action points, yeah, network with people, get to know more people. Thank you very much. Okay, so basically, it's knowing people, it's learning about others' experiences, it's broadening your horizons, it's learning about different teaching contexts, it's you can ask, you can learn, it's getting outside your comfort zone. No one is looking at you when you're networking. I mean, you don't have, I mean, it's not like you're being pressured to act in a certain way. You yourself, you're sharing resources, you're providing, you're listening to others. And listening to others is a very important benefit of networking, because when you listen to others, you will realize and appreciate the things you have, and you will learn what you still need to have. So I think this is like it's very important, and I don't think we kind of disagree on that. So yeah, these are different ways of learning how, I mean, or no, I mean, expanding your network. How can we expand our network, in other words? So these are my ideas, and we're going to talk about them, but if you have other ideas, please put them in the chat box and on the Padlet as well. So my first suggestion for expanding your network is to become a member. To become a member in any nonprofit organization, in any, if you have refugees group, for example, joining groups where you can actually talk to other people from different contexts. So first of all, being a member, when you're a member, I mean, I know sometimes it costs money and it's getting expensive. I totally agree. But sometimes you have local nonprofit organizations where you can be a member of. And in the chat box, you can suggest some place, I mean, some organizations where, I mean, ITEFL is one you can be a member of. There are a lot of other nonprofit organizations which you can be a member in, and you will network a lot with different people of different generations, different ages, different teaching contexts, different experiences. And joining groups, I mean, that's easy because that's free of charge. So there is, all the social media have got groups now. And you can join any group with your special interest. So I'm a Celta tutor, so I joined the Celta Delta group. If I am a language teacher, I can join the teaching English group. So any group, again, if you've got more groups, you can share it in the chat box. And doing volunteer work, I mean, I never believed in, I never thought that doing volunteer work can be rewarding and can be, can expose you to so many, to many people. I mean, I started volunteering back at the AUC, American University in Cairo, when I did volunteer work with refugees and teaching refugees English. And I mean, a lot of the people who were there working on this program, it's just you get to learn, you get to hear their stories and you get to learn a lot about them. And you can also volunteer more by doing teaching to children who are unable to go to school because, because of financial reasons or because of country restrictions or whatever. There are a lot of volunteer work during the summer for language teachers where you can travel and at the same time work as a volunteer, sparing some of your time. If you can, remember it says you can. So it's all about what you can do. Volunteering in doing editorial work or proofreading work is also another, and it can be volunteering anywhere. It doesn't have to be in teaching, just anywhere you can do volunteer work, and it will teach you a lot and it will help you a lot and you will learn a lot from it. Engage in discussions on social media. Just go into the discussion, put your point of view, listen to others, respect other people's opinions, but put in what you know, because sometimes what we know is not what others know. So just share what you have. And finally, last but not least, as we say, identify groups outside your comfort zone. So, it doesn't have to be only ELT. So there are groups for leadership or mentoring or coaching or young children or bored teenagers. There's one on Facebook that's called My Bored Teenager. So if you're teaching this kind of age group, it would be a very good opportunity for you. So now we know why it's important to network and how we can network, and you have the Padlet. You can add a lot more if you would like to. So the third one would be taking action. And taking action for me is, I've narrowed them down to 4 different areas: share, publish, speak, and contribute. So basically, share what you know, publish what you know, speak about what you know, and contribute with what you know. So first, share. And I think sharing is caring. I believe sharing is caring. It's always what I tell my students and my grandson. So sharing is caring. Share your lessons with others. Again, believe it or not, there are a lot of teachers out there who do not have what we have, who do not have all the resources, the tips, background, knowledge. So share these with others. Give your work to others. It's not going to go anywhere. They will also share it with others, and it will keep moving. And one of the things I have tried out, and I really liked it, is to create lessons on EdTED. So basically, you choose any video from YouTube, and you go to EdTED, you create an account, and it will take you step by step. You'll put your lead in, you'll put your video, you'll put a gist task, you'll put a detailed task, you'll put a discussion task at the end, and then you can share it with your students. And it doesn't have to be part of the classroom work. It doesn't have to be graded. It's just something they can do at their own time. Once you visit EdTED, you will see lessons in all disciplines. So you can even collect a lesson and share it with your students if it's not your own work. Share ideas and photos. And you can write lesson plan and email it to different places, one of which is TESOL. There are loads of other options where you can email your lesson plan or photos of your activities, provided you've done copywriting and you've taken permission of students as you're taking their photos, or if you just want to take a photo of the activity being implemented, if you're not going to take a photo of your students themselves. And share content, ideas, stories from your classroom, things that worked and things that didn't work. We don't always have to share, oh, my lesson plan was great, here's my lesson plan. Why don't you share an activity that you tried and it didn't work out? Because when you do, others will come in and will tell you, well, I tried this as well, but it didn't work for me. Or it can work if you try to do it differently. So not all positive and not all sugar-coated. Publishing. I had this discussion with a lot of my teachers at Forest University is, oh, publish, no, we have to be experts, we have to be writers, we cannot publish our work. Who are we to publish? And I'm sorry, this is completely not correct. Anyone can publish, and anyone can publish anything if they sit down and do it. You can publish your video-based lesson plans, you can publish articles. And when I say articles, it doesn't have to be a 3,000 word. It can be a short article, it can be a one-page article, it can be a paragraph. This is what I did in my lesson. I did it in this way and it worked because, or I did it and it didn't work because. So just sit down and reflect on what you do. I mean, we do a lot in our lessons. We do a lot throughout the day, and we do a lot throughout the academic year, multiplied by the number of years you've been working in teaching. So I am sure you've got a bank of ideas to write down and send. And it's not true that any of the suggested places or any of the places you will be looking for only takes writings from people who are well-known and gurus in the ELT field. It's not true. Once you send, they will look at it. If it needs editing, you will edit it. And if it doesn't, they will just publish it for you. Now, why are we doing so? Because we want to put this in our profile. We want to say we have published here and there. We have shared here and there. And then finally, sharing your teaching ideas. Again, I believe it's a lot of information that we have that we can pass on to other people. So go publish, because it's a very important part of your profile. And another component, another very important component of your profile is speaking. Local events, in speaking in local events. So if you have never presented before, try it with your staff room. I mean, with teachers in your school or teachers in your staff room. Prepare a workshop or prepare a session or prepare a talk all about what we know session. So you can trespass the stage right. And then once you're okay with this, use the same session and work on it again and present it locally. I am sure there are a lot of places in your community where you can actually present locally. Once you've done so, collect feedback, see what you're missing, and go internationally. And you can find a lot of conferences in the country where you are or in surrounding countries. Now, you can go in person if you've got the money, the visa, the logistics, but you can also do it online. And I'm sure you will know how much important this is to your profile. Join a SIG. A SIG is a special interest group, and there are a lot of SIGs around the world, one of which are the SIGs with ITEFL. So basically find what you're interested in. For example, I'm interested in the LT SIG, which is Learning Technology SIG. And I'm also interested in the one for professional training. So these are two SIGs I'm interested in. I think this is where you can also find a place to speak or send your writing. And finally, contribute. Contribute here has to do with anything either in or outside ELT. So one of the things that is going on now, and I like it and I'm following it, is the green project. Any kind of green project. It can be this one I'm suggesting, or it can be one that you start with your students. Just raise their awareness of the environment and contribute, because once you've done this project with your students, you can just put it in your profile. Blogs and forums. Forums used to be very popular in the past. Now blogs are more popular, but again, it's a different way of sharing what you have and what you know. And finally, again, last but not least, ELT communities. Be a part of a community. Make of communities, not community. Involve yourself. Have more to talk about with other people. Don't forget to stay in the loop. So subscribing to newsletters, is very important. You learn what other people are going to, you learn what other people are talking about, what articles are being published, what new books are in the market. New courses, a lot of the courses are for free. So you don't have to pay thousands of dollars or pounds to join a course. Follow magazines, because again, when you follow magazines, you find what is happening in other teaching contexts. And finally, look for new ideas, because we keep taking from what we know, but at a certain point, we need to revisit what other teachers have been working on. So look for new ideas and stay in the loop, as we say. So basically, you are creating your profile by including who you are as a person and teacher, by including your networking plan, and by including things conferences you've attended, papers you've published or articles you've published, and communities you're part of. And now, because we are like, oh, wow, what time is running so quick. Okay, so now we come to the fun part, which is, why is this presentation called Professional Development Can Be Easy as ABC? Or why is developing your profile can be as easy as ABC? Because in the next slide, I do have the alphabets. I call it Professional Development from A to Z. And basically, this is a summary of what different options you can choose from. What you're going to do is you are going to choose a letter, and we're going to say, what is a professional development opportunity you can try using this letter. So for example, if it's A, you can attend conferences, or you can write articles. If it's B, you can belong to a community, or you can start or follow a blog. What about C? So I had on the Padlet, I had C, contribute. Oh, wow. E, events. C, communities. Very good. A, achievements. C, conferences. What about D? Okay, R, research. Very good. Excellent. Participate. Publish. Now we're seeing publish, huh? Development. Okay. Explore. Yes, explore options. Excellent. Okay. J, join. Join new groups and find new opportunities. Again, publish. What about K? What about S? Okay. Knowledge, share. Good. Yes, share. I like this one. Volunteer work. Excellent. Support, knowledge. What about N? K, key knowledge. Get out of your comfort zone. Participate. Wow, I'm really excited. A lot of the letters are being covered. What about Y and Z? Okay. Okay, work, 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 search, very good, excellent, webinars, P, passion, being productive. What about U, the letter U? So, yes for development, okay, U, understanding, excellent, very good. Okay, what about Q? Q, okay, unleash, I like this one, very good. Okay, question yourself, question things given to you. Excellent. Okay, Zest. I like Zest. Yeah, I have Zest is one of my list. I have my own list, but I'm gonna add this. Wow, great. Thank you very much. Excellent contribution. It's on the Padlet. So if you want to go and put your ideas on the Padlet, I would highly appreciate it. Thank you very much for your participation. I think we're minute 41, Melissa, if I'm not wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I think now yeah, you can keep adding ideas in the chat box, and please, in the Padlet, you'll have a vote, and there is also a handout that we're going to be having published on the website, on the British Council website. Thank you very much, everyone. This is my contact information. If you would like to contact me, let's have more networking. We have 300 people here, so I would love to have 300 invitation on my LinkedIn to connect with you and learn about your teaching context and learn about your stories, success stories, and professional development stories. Wow, I didn't know. I hope I'm not above time. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abeer. No, please, please, we want to keep on listening to you. We do.
Thank
We've
you.
got more than 10 minutes to go for questions now, and I know
Good.
that we've got a lot. Let me just start by saying thank you. That was really inspirational. You've done so much for so many teachers, and that's something we should celebrate on World Teachers Day. Um, I really believe
Thank you.
everything you say, and
Thank you.
I've got some lovely comments from people in the chat. For example,
Thank you. Yeah. Thank
May
you very much.
Thuka
Yeah.
May Thuka said, "The more we share, the more we are transformed and transform others." Nice, isn't
Wow.
it?
So T for transformation, I would add this. So yeah, I think having all this in the chat box is just inspirational. I think this is the main reason I'm doing this is they already have a lot. So once they get it out, this is what is ongoing professional development. So it's not only courses or taking certificates, it's just all the things they have mentioned in the chat box.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I know you're going to have 300 new followers
Yes,
on
yes.
LinkedIn or wherever.
Looking
So
forward to that.
viewers on Facebook. So thank you for the people who viewed on Facebook, and yeah, thanks for all your comments, everyone. Let's go to some questions because I can see some.
Okay.
One of them. One of them is interesting. It's from an anonymous attendee, and they ask, how can I start a local event for teachers if I'm not a certified trainer? What are your thoughts, Abeer? Does someone need to be a certified trainer to start
Well,
something?
I mean, I don't believe that you have to be a certified trainer. I think you need to be informative, knowledgeable. You need
Mm,
to research the topic you are going to be presenting on. So when people come to you, I mean, as people wrote on Padlet, you need to trust who you're listening to. So just make sure you have got enough information to share with others. And starting a local event in your school can be by just starting it with, as I said, with your teachers. So find a day off or maybe half day off and invite people to a place, prepare some activities, share it with them,
mm,
and check feedback and see what's missing, and then keep working on it. You don't have to we don't have to we don't have to keep creating new events. We can develop the same event over and over until we get it right. So yeah, I mean, just being knowledgeable, good research, in-depth research, referencing people who have done work on the same area you want to present on. It is an added value if you're a certified trainer, and I'm not going to identify any qualification, just a certified trainer. Yes, but it's not a must. In my opinion, it's not a must.
yeah, I agree. I mean, you can become a good trainer by getting that type of experience with small groups. And I worked with some teachers who started a community of practice here in Spain, and they didn't have a trainer, so
Yeah.
they decided to get together and take turns in presenting, and they had a lot of success. So yeah, I think that could work definitely. Um, let's um let's have a question from Rawia. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Um, she asks for any kind of names of places where you can publish articles on teaching. I think you mentioned some in the presentation. Maybe you could mention them again. I think one was
Okay, so there is, if you want to publish, you can publish with Cambridge, and the link is in the PowerPoint. You can publish with Gazette magazine. They accept. If you're interested in if you're interested in learning technology, I mean, we accept articles for the LTSIG, for the IATEFL LTSIG. So you can even publish on, I mean, if you want to start, and this is, I always believe this, publish on the wall at school. first, publish on your school website or your university website, and just a newsletter with some of your work, and share it with your students and get some feedback. This would also be publishing it. But again, the PowerPoint has got more links, and I'm going to be adding more to the Padlet as we go, because the Padlet, I'm going to keep the Padlet going if you don't mind, Melissa, so people can just keep adding ideas, and I can also add more links for publishing. Yeah.
Great, yeah, thank you for that. I love that tip, yeah, because the school notice board is where you can reach the teachers who are around you, and yeah, that's great. Also, with online, you could publish on an online blog and on social media and reach people that you might not reach. Yeah, I think that's great advice. Publishing doesn't have to be something that's scary, does it? It's just saying what you know, and we know more than we think, I think.
This is what I believe in. This is what I believe in. We know more than what we think we know. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone asked in the chat a while ago about SWOT analysis. That was something that you recommended as one of the steps. Tell us a bit more about that. What is SWOT analysis?
Okay, so it's basically you draw a table. Okay, it's got 4 blocks, and you sit down and just write. S is for strength. So what are your areas of strength? So, and it doesn't have to be all related to teaching. So it could be personal traits, it could be related to teaching, it could be anything that is you believe is your areas of strength. And then the W is your areas of weakness, or what you think you need work on. O is for opportunities. What kind of opportunities you're looking forward to, or what kind of opportunities that are in the air for you. And then T is our threats, challenges, things that might stop you from moving on. It is a big world, but we don't have to take it from the businessman and management angle. We can just do it as simple as, it's exactly like you're writing a self-reflection after your lesson. What are you good at? What do you need to work on? What are some opportunities you'd like to, which doors you would like to knock on? And what challenges might stop you from knocking on that door? So as simple as this. And as I said, someone else wrote on the Padlet what you want, what you need, and what your interests. So it's just listing down more to know about yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds great. And you don't need to show it to anyone else. I mean, it could
No,
be.
no. It's just for you. This is for you. Yeah.
Maybe some people are worried about writing down their weaknesses, but we can't be experts in everything, can we? Things happen.
No. And as I said, it doesn't matter if you I mean, you can always revisit it, go back and check it after a few months and see, or after a year, and see if you want to cross things, want to move things around. Yes, it can happen this way as well.
That would be especially interesting for a new teacher, because when I imagine what I would write down as a new teacher, imagine looking at it now, it would be just so different what you learn over the years.
That's why when someone wrote in the chat box teaching philosophy, it's a true story. When I wrote my teaching philosophy back in, I don't know, 2005, it's like, if I look at it now, it's like, oh my God, look at how many years, and look at the experience you've been exposed to. So yeah, writing teaching philosophy, a lot of people should try this out. Just Google the word, just Google how to write my teaching philosophy, and sit down and write it. Keep it there, look at it after a year, and see how much you've changed over the year.
Great, you're giving us lots of homework, Abeer.
Sorry.
We like it. There was a comment in the chat from Corinne, and Corinne said, I've never thought of recording myself. Wow. She sounded maybe like it would be a bit scary. Do you have any tips for someone who record themselves?
It is scary. It is scary. It is not, I mean, I'm not a camera person, so I would be the last person on earth who would encourage a camera to be in my classroom. But you can even do it before going live with your students. You can just find a room, turn it on, and you know how we rehearse sometimes our lessons before we go teach, especially if we're teaching something for the first time. And so just a basic old school rehearse it in front of your teddy bears anyway, or your cat or your dog. Put a camera, record yourself, and then do it again. I mean, you have to watch the video, and then you will learn a lot about your body gestures and positioning and everything. And then do it again with your students after taking their permission, and letting them know that this is for your self development only, and not to share unless they are good with it being shared. And one of the things
I'm sorry, we're going to have to stop now. I've realized that we are.
We are going to be. Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyways, thank you very much, Melissa. And the discussion goes on in the Padlet. So thank you very much, and looking forward to next session.
Great. Well, our next session starts in 50 minutes, everyone. So if you're in Zoom, this room will close, but you will be able to join Fatiha Najma talking about integrating social emotional learning. So let's say one more thanks to Abeer, and thanks to everyone working behind the scenes. Priya,
yes,
Joanna for moderating, Paul for helping out, Marcus for helping us live stream on Facebook, and thanks to all the participants for your wonderful comments.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You take care. Bye, Melissa.
Goodbye, everyone.